Give me a sec. I'm out of breath from running up and down stairs. Holy guacamole. Who needs food when you've got Lego? Am I right? I think I'm right. I will engage in the chat in just a moment. I already did my Australian accent when I unboxed everything when it came in the mail. So I don't know how much I can pull it off in the rest of the stream. Hi, everybody. A long time waiting. Here we are with the Haunted House from the Fairground series, from the 18 Plus series, Lego Creator Expert, every name under the sun that I can think of. Welcome to the stream. I'm Joey. I'm Maniac for Bricks. And as you can tell by what's in front of me, I love adventurers very dearly. Even some of it off to the side there. You can briefly make out some of the other stuff that was on the channel before, on video. I did get the Sphinx at the same time I got the Dragon Fortress. That's on a separate video. Other adventurer stuff came in that haul too. At the same time that this came in the mail, I also got a third box I didn't show on Instagram that had the, what do you call it? Amazon Ancient Ruins and River Expedition. I basically got a 2 for the price of 1. I am far from over on adventurers content, and I'm thrilled. This has not been, there's never been a boom of adventurers on this channel this great. This, like, even without the Haunted House, so much other stuff that I've either been collecting for my collection personally, to collect for making the videos, or just, you know, revamping the videos or uploading them. It's enormous. So with that being said, welcome to the stream, everybody. Unfortunately, this box did get a little bit of denting right along here. There's a crease along this way. There's a crease. A little bit on the other sides. The shipping box that it was in wasn't entirely good. It was a little bit bigger than it needed to be, of course, but it right off the bat, FedEx kind of tossed it around a little bit, playing football with it or something. I also had a bunch of other stuff, which I will mention in a later video, but for now, we're here for the big kahuna. I don't have the Haunted House available on screen, but I do own it, as some of you may have remembered. A couple months back, I got that with the help of Sega. Welcome to the stream, Sega, as well. And I will compare the two at some point. I'm sure everybody will if they still own it. But for now, I just want to get more of the adventurers vibe going on the table. I cleared this entire table. It's a 4-foot wide diameter table for this video, for this haul, for everything around this. I do have a destined spot for when this is done. I just have to check on the... I'm definitely good on the height. I just have to check on the width. Deputy Chef Bricks and Bionicle Forever, also welcome to the stream. So, starting things off, that is a hefty, hefty box. Starting off with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm assuming the instructions are there, and that's the first batch of numbered bags. Following that is a handful of other bags underneath them. Yeah, I'm seeing double digits, so these look like they're for much later in the build. So with this live stream itself, it will not be finished today. Guarantee. I already knew going into this, I was going to have to do this Saturday and Sunday and possibly Monday because of time and work and things like that. But we're here anyways. We're going all in, and I'm more than excited. I like, it's like the one time during this whole stay at home that I've actually willingly set the alarm early when I didn't have to get up, just to be sure that I catch the mail as soon as it arrived. And lo and behold, I guessed that it would arrive around 11 because that's when most of my mail arrives, but it's from FedEx, so I didn't know if it was going to be any different. Lo and behold, like 11:03, 11:05, somewhere around there, it hit the front door. I could not have been better timed than that. That was amazing. Now, that being said, you'd probably say, oh, you could be better timed than that and have a live stream start 3.5 hours earlier. But I was doing a lot of preparation. Getting the get-up together, rearranging the table, figuring out where everything else is going to go after I get off the table. This has 17 on it. Yikes and cripes. Where is the thing? Getting close to 4K. Someday I'll get there. Hey, that's a YouTube goal for me for this year, is to get to 4K. Because I've been sitting at between 3,000 and 4,000 for a couple of years. And I don't advertise, like, comment, subscribe, join my Patreon, send me something over paypal.me/maniac4bricks. I don't do that stuff. And the PayPal thing was kind of a joke, unless. I don't really mention it because I figure most people who are using this site already know that. It's a big, obvious red button right next to the video. You can't miss it, and you can't not read it. Huh. This is interesting. So I mentioned before, there's a bag 17, which I think there's 18 bags in the whole thing, from what other people have told me. I see a bag 11. There's a 3, another 3. So they're separate. Oh, it's more than 18 bags then, isn't it? 18 numbers for the bags. There is number 18. There's another 17. I've been waiting on the bag that's just tread parts. It's just going to be a whole bag. It's like, oh no, here we go. Number 5, Mambo number 5. We've got number 2, dose. Holy moly! I thought these instructions would be so much bigger. But hey, I'm not complaining. This is really good. I'm a wow, this is like an actual book. It feels like the right size for a book. Some books feel too big, what I'm trying to say. Whole bunch of plates, separate, loose. Whole bunch of plates, not separate, bagged. These are our 8x16. No, these are 16x16s. The black ones are 8x16s. So that's good to know. Another 18 bag. A number 4 bag. A number 5 bag. A number 4 bag. Do I have to search through the entire box now to find number 1? And am I going to really let that stop me from continuing? Nope! But the first thing I want to do is open up the instructions. Because I've got to read. I've got to read. Personally, I like the old haunted house, but I'm not too much of the adventurers. That's what I've heard from a lot of people. Like, if they didn't grow up or really get into the adventurers line, a lot of this doesn't help. And it's kind of on a mixed bag when it comes to being a haunted house and an amusement park ride. I think perfectly it fits well because it's like you have the Tower of Terror, like a drop ride at Disney World and maybe Disneyland. I haven't been there, so I don't know. But that fits the aesthetic. That fits very well. But as a dollhouse play experience, it's not really made for that. It's just kind of like similar-ish to it. I totally get what they're going for here, and I totally love it. I've only been to one of these kind of haunted house exhibits like twice. One in Six Flags. I didn't go to the Disney World one. I was too scared at the time because I was little. No, this didn't happen last year. So that happened then. I went to the Six Flags one. That wasn't a drop ride, though. It was kind of a swinging back and forth ride, but it was very unique, very cool for that. It made it feel... It gave enough illusion that it made it feel like the entire house was flipping over, and that was amazing. Even the feeling of it. Like, I was enjoying it. My sister was with me. She's only like 6 years younger than me, but she was like kind of into it, kind of confused. And other people are actually like terrified. I'm just like, this is the best moment. I would definitely do a haunted ride like that again. I have done drop rides before. Seaside Heights has one that I've done a few times. I've done like kiddie versions of them when I was growing up, where it was like a frog-themed kind of ride, like a very standard thing, of standard attraction. Okay. All right. It's reading time. And welcome LEGO Legends Studios. 18 bags. And like 18 numbers. But plenty more than that in number of bags. So I gotta read this this forward. This is amazing. They have nicknames? Okay. Very nice. I'm not gonna read the entire thing here. But I'm gonna read it quietly or read like excerpts of it. I don't want to bore you with all the details. I do not have Powered Up though. I didn't order that. I don't already own it unless you count Lego Boost, which kind of doesn't. So I will try this out with power functions eventually, but and then sometime later maybe get a Powered Up in general, just because it's good. I do like the Bluetooth capability, but it is like a $20 more for that and any other accessories like a train motor or an M motor compared to power functions, at least for right now. But power functions is on its way out, so that's also why. But like I said, you're paying for the Bluetooth technology in a very compact space. It's a hub, so you don't even need an extra receiver, which is good. It's like built into it or something, right? I gotta read this. Oh, these are all in the same language. Okay, I thought there were 3 different entries. We did it. This expedition has been unnatural, to say the least. In day 20, the fever nearly took me. A fortnight later, I almost expired by the mummy's curse. Each time I placed a brick, it seemed another week had passed. Fortunately, I am joined in this quest by my trusted fellow adventurers. Without their help, I would have been lost to the void. After many a dead end and many a sudden halt, forsooth, the manor is finally complete. Carl Merriam, Expedition Lead. P.S. Keep building. Carl Merriam is one of the 5 designers who was a part of this project, and he was, from what I understand, the lead designer, or senior designer, whatever the correct terminology is for it. He has been wandering around, as I've seen and heard through the streams. So we will see how well that goes. This blue robot is pretty distracting. There's so much tan in the side, and then there's just blue. And then there's a little bit sand blue right next to it. I just realized how that's working. So today's stream is going to be for the next hour to almost, no, wait, 3. It'll be 2 hours at best from this point forward. It's not going to be a lot of it done. There's still going to be a lot more to get to after that. And like I said, I will still carry this through Sunday and possibly Monday. But with that being said, this should be a lot of fun. Even for splitting it up every so often, at least give me like the most experience with it as possible. I forgot to read the other part of this. Manor von Barron is a spooky haunted house theme park ride. It was home to Samuel von Barron, one of the world's greatest villains. He traveled the globe in search of ancient artifacts to steal for his collection. But perhaps he stole too much. After von Barron snatched the Rhaegar ruby, Pharaoh Hotep cursed his manor for 1,000 generations. Enter if you dare. Even if you're not a fan of adventurers, you gotta appreciate that there is a story element to this, and having something Egyptian built inside of a manor with a whole bunch of artifacts, it's kind of neat on its own merit, even without the nostalgia of the 1998 theme. I still appreciate it, and hopefully you guys who didn't grow up with adventurers still appreciate it. That's why I've been trying to put out a lot more videos for that, because it's like in preparation for it. I'm excited for it personally, but also for anyone who didn't really grow up with that stuff and needed a little understanding. I haven't covered everything that's here. I still have to build a little bit more Secrets of the Sphinx. There's a couple parts missing, especially for the tomb itself. I've been able to replace a couple parts here and there. Some of the Anubis statue needs work, and some of the Jeep. But beyond that, sweet. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! I'll just adapt it from the live stream later. I was right behind us, right behind the camera, is a tripod with a phone attached to it. And I was trying to keep that phone sturdy and ready to film the unboxing itself from a different angle. So, luck may have it, that didn't work out. But we're going anyways. We're still doing this. Should I tilt the camera? Is everything good here, lighting-wise? I think it should be. I know most of the light is actually on this side, not right overhead. I may have to adjust that at some point. Mississippi Beginning, what was the box? What box? Oh, you mean this box? The box itself was roughly the size of Ninjago City, from what I'm looking at, which is good. It's totally fine by me. I swear, I'm just going to have like a whole column at this point of Lego set boxes. It's just like, bam, bam, bam. There'll be this, the Joker Manor without the Joker Manor itself, because I don't actually own the set. I just got the box for it. The Ninjago City, what is it? Ninjago City Docks. Wow. There's been a lot of cleanup lately, and I left my snacks over here. I really got to read more of this chat. Sorry about that. That's why I get what they're going for. The haunted house is more geared around the fall function, with likely fake props shown on the right. Yeah, that's another way to look at it, is that it's a prop thing. The book kind of says, people have been debating, is this supposed to be Baron von Barron's house, or is it a replica of it to be a ride? And the answer is both. From what I've read on the LEGO website that advertises about the product, as well as adding a little more story elements to it, and from what I've read in so far this, part of the instruction manual, it's kind of saying it's both. Baron von Barron lived there. This was his collection of artifacts, cursed for 1,000 years, yada yada. And after he passed, I think that it even mentioned on the site, like, the elevator itself is a thing. Like, they didn't even have to reconstruct it for the ride. They gave the impression that he built the elevator that way on purpose, because he was driven so mad by the mummy's curse that obviously wasn't thinking straight. And you got something like that. So I kind of like it in both of those elements, where it's like, you can fit this with the amusement park rides and it'll work fine. Or you can have this as a part of Adventurers, as a legacy kind of thing. ESC Sweden 143, welcome to the stream. I do really like the Junkbot reference. Wish they had prints for those. I wouldn't have minded even if there were stickers. From what I've been told, there are no stickers in the set. I haven't found any in the box so far. So that's already fantastic. That everything that you see in here is printed when it, shows a detail. Really love how LEGO is making throwback sets lately, like the Pirates Bay. And well, the Pirates Bay was an ideas set and already kind of had that reference worked in by the designer, by the project submitter, or whatever you want to call them. Z Bricks, welcome to the stream. I forgot to post this on Instagram. And the phone's over there too. Everything's on the other side of the table, which I said before is rather large. I don't think I've cleared off the table this widely in a while. Like several months back, I got one of the Super Mario biggest sets. It's not Lego. It was way before Lego, not before Lego existed, but before Lego had the Super Mario license. And I did a stream over on Twitch where I was unboxing it and building it and playing with it. Eventually, I'll bring that over to YouTube. Content-wise, what the thing is, I mentioned, hey, I'm going to get this thing. So yeah. Lego Hidden Side Goo 202. Yeah, a little bit of the Hidden Side is actually in here too. A whole bunch of the sets are off camera. Right off camera here, no, it's not showing up, is the Haunted Lighthouse. I just caught up on all the episodes. I was only like 3 or 4 behind, but it was like, yeah, this is still pretty good. And I'm sure the story's not done yet either. I wonder if they broke this down in a way where they add more in the instructions, like the architecture sets. Like, each of the things that you build would be like a reference and it shows a picture of the set that it came from. That would be cool. But that's not what I'm finding in here. Oh my god, that book smell. You ever open a fresh book and you just get the waft of the ink? Just wow. That's all I can say here. Just wow. There's a feedback and win section on the back of it. The traditional win page has actually been updated over time. Somewhere in the mid-2010s, they added it on just the very back page of the instruction booklets, not the inside cover, where it's like, oh, it just has a minifigure. It says win in big letters, and then describes, oh, fill out a survey, you get an entry, and you can win a prize. Doesn't show what LEGO prizes you'll win, though. Not like the old ones in 2004 or something. You gotta get a lot of LEGO knowledge. So once again, to continue the stream, be sure to head over to paypal.me/maniac4bricks. At your discretion. Just kidding. I would like to say that Patreon did definitely help with this in some extent. It did not pay for the entire set. I still, saved up for this. And I just still want to thank Patreon that there are supporters there, that there are people who are interested and want to continue the channel's growth and the style of things and how things are going. A bunch of stuff I've been doing on my own with it as well, but it's also good to hear that direct feedback from very close friends. So before I continue, Kevin Hinkle, thank you. Steve from Brick Freedom, thank you. Kevin Hinkle, I don't think he needs more introduction than that. Mr. Hinkle draws, as you know. I got a whole bunch of stickers right off frame. Everything's right off frame, of course. It's not a tiny room, I swear. And also Sketchy Ray, who's also been good for art. She's actually done 1 or 2 art pieces for the channel. So, again, thank you. Kevin Hinkle has also done a couple of bits of artwork for the channel, and in general, I've even commissioned him for merch I've previously had available. So, Mr. Hinkle Draws, that's where you can find him. He's got an Etsy page as well. He's also got a Patreon and a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff coming from him. You should also check out his YouTube because he does drawing every Friday. And now he does building, not backlog building, just building every Tuesday. None of them asked me to do any of that promotion. I'm just doing that out of my own generosity because outside of just Patreon, they've been very helpful. And I wanted to make that clear. Hashtag, we want the Win Kid back. Yes, the good old Win Kid. Just screaming at the page. Ha! Put me on there. Ha! That's what I win. Actually, all right. Where's that number 1 back? No, that's a number 9. Get out of here. That's a number 13. I don't need you. Number 14. No. Number 16. I saw 1 and then I was like, there's a 6 behind it. Christmas in May. Not even June, not even July. 8, 7. Good old Uno. But I'm going to take the rest of these out of here. For those who haven't been here before, what I traditionally do with a large set, especially of this caliber, is that I will take all the bags out, resort them by number backwards, and then put them back into the box. So that way, as I go through the set, the next one I need to reach for is the next number back. So I'd start throwing 18, 17, 16 into here. Makes it very efficient. Not always, not 100% efficient, but I'm getting there. All right. 18, 18, 17, 17. I saw a 16 around here. It was the one I threw right next to the bat. Right next to the box. The one next 16. There we go. Do I hear 15? It's probably over there. Or it's right in front of me. 15! You can't make the stuff up, people. I'm just going with the flow. Nope. 15. Is there another 15 in here? I thought there was another big thing. Nope. Okay. Wait. Yeah, 15. Sort them out a little bit. Number 14. Number 14. Number 13. That's a tiny one. Ah, there it is. 13. Number 12. Number 12. Number 11. Number 10. Right after each other. Number 10. All right. Now, Number 9. Good. I thought it was going to be number 6. 8, 7, 6. I thought I had the other one right here. And keep counting down in pace. All right. Almost there, everybody. 5, 4, 3. 3 again. 3.5. 2. You've got to be kidding me. This is a number 16 tiny bag. I didn't read it. Oh, man. I'm going to move the other two out of the way and push it to the bottom. 1. And unnumbered, which I can immediately take out because I'm going to need that first. First step. I have a fan running from the opposite side of the room. I don't know how much it's going to circulate. So there may or may not be a point where the Johnny Thunder cosplay won't be in the entire stream. Sorry about that. Sorry to hear about your cat. Zany Bricks, welcome to the stream. I saw you not too long ago in one of the comments. Shoot. I should have grabbed my phone when I was over there. I know, you guys are eagerly waiting. Or you've already clicked off, or you unsubscribed, or you disliked the video, or you said unpleasant things. Hopefully none of the above. Come on, where's it? Yes, that is a golden picture. Oh my god. I didn't actually look at this afterwards. But so when I got everything in the mail, I got 2 large boxes and I posted that to Instagram. And I'm like, yes, it's here and it's right on time. That's awesome. There was another box that came a little while later, a couple hours later. And I was like, oh, that's the regular mail. And that's from, it looks like it was from, I assumed it was from eBay because I already knew a couple things were coming in. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put them all together. I recorded a haul video before starting the stream. And I took a picture of me with everything stacked up. It literally is the Brickstar technique of having an epic haul of stacking all the boxes like vertically, and it looks amazing. It's almost the same height as me. So if you want to check that out, Maniac Bricks Official on Instagram. Now here we are, live streaming of how I use Instagram. This is what you came here for. Are you not entertained? You will be entertained in just a moment. You missed my comment. The other box you said would show on stream. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, after I did that video, I only brought the haunted house in here, and then everything else I threw downstairs in the living room. Not physically thrown. There was a staircase brought down. So, unfortunately, all that is not going to make it because it would have taken all the table, and that's before building this. So, I want to focus on what matters, like the blue robot. Absolutely. I mean, yes, Sweden, that's totally fine. We accept everybody here as long as they're all polite and not hurting each other. Whatever perspective you want to look at this is totally fine. Where did I get the costume? Huh. Oh, yeah. The shirt, Burlington Coat Factory. And then the hat, get this, Twist. Some of you may know this. Escape rooms are a common thing. They've been around for a couple of years, where you have a group that you go into a series of rooms and solve puzzles to get from one room to the next within an hour time frame, usually. And Twist is one of those places. It was in the mall. This was right before Brick Fair, Virginia 2017. I went to a friend's birthday party that was, we had dinner at Dave & Buster's, and then we had, and we went to Twist. Strike that, reverse it. We went to Twist, and then we went to Dave & Buster's to celebrate someone's birthday. And it was a lot of fun. It was a great night. It was at the Palisades Mall in New York. It was a great time. I was looking forever for the type of Johnny Thunder hat to wear. And I actually do have more of the outfit. I just don't have it wearing right now because I'd be way exhausted. I have a red bandana or a neckerchief or something. that I got from, I think, Target. I used to have a fake felt mustache to put on here to make it more obvious than my real facial hair. Also Target from Halloween. I don't have that anymore because it's like a one-time use kind of thing, like adhesive. Yeah, that hurt a little bit. Anywho, twist. So I was looking for the hat for a long time, and I didn't know what kind to look for. Like, what's the name of it? Most people have called it a fedora, but apparently it's called a slouch hat. And I only learned that now, like a week ago. It's called a slouch hat. And I was looking forever for a fedora, and nobody had it, or didn't have the right kind, or didn't have the color. And Twist was the first place I found it because they had an Egyptian theme in one of their escape rooms, and this was a souvenir. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy this $20 hat for the costume. I have actually worn this at conventions once. I don't know if I wore it twice. I would wear it again, though. And I probably would do a little bit more with the shirt. I have like a sash or something to bring across it, or a rope or whatever the printing is. I found it right here. What am I talking about? Yeah, it looks like a rope. I did have a brick-built Lego pistol that I would tuck right with my shirt. It was heavy. It broke easily. Even though it was a great model. I would love to build that thing again. MC Survival Man was great on helping me design that. And it was just not comfortable to wear. So if I did that again, I would probably just get a toy gun that looks like it. Very lightweight, very hollow. Doesn't have to actually fire, but just for the looks. And, you know, paint it appropriately if I need to. Bricks. Nope. I can't spell Brickstar. There we go. So yeah. I've actually wanted to do a video before about the entire costume. I don't have the right. I have different shorts now because again, it's warm in here, whether or not there's a costume. This is the lovely part of the house where it gets the warmest, the quickest. Even though there's AC, it does tend to get blocked. Yikes! Yeah, I don't gotta find a way to sleep easier. Anywho, I have wanted to do a video with the entire outfit before and explain where all the parts came from, or provide a link of something similar, you know, for other people who might want to make it. I didn't know if that was gonna be weird, because I don't do beauty, cosplay, outfit of the day, stuff like that. Fire in the hole. I gotta keep these Doritos out of the way. Eric, we don't use that language here. So, like I said, we're here about positivity. We're here about treating everyone fairly. That includes treating yourself fairly. So, that's my voice. We don't want that. Nah, nothing's wrong. Oh, wait. That wasn't... Oh, okay. That was in between the chat. Gotcha. Love your channel and character. Thank you very much. I have actually done a Maniacs for Bricks cosplay at several conventions. Usually just for the day. Usually for, like, the public showing of it, because it's like, after that, it's exhausting. Again, I choose the outfits that dehydrate me the soonest, apparently. Because as my sig fig, I need to wear a leather jacket. And I do have a real leather jacket. And even though it's like a t-shirt or something underneath, just to get like the red outline from the minifig torso, that's still too much. And in a convention hall where it's already warm, even though there's a, you know, they do pump AC, but doesn't spread as well. A lot of walking, a lot of talking with people. Yeah, I put out a lot for you guys and for myself. Hashtag treat yourself. And so it begins. Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought there was a page missing. I was like, oh no. How am I supposed to build this? I mean, it wouldn't be right now, but it'd still be like a while later. Do I have a real Fedora? Oh, as real as this can be. Since it's from elope.com, I guess you can name that. Everybody's laughing on planet Earth. Hashtag laugh with elope. All new materials. I have no idea. It also has a little rubber band thing in it for some reason. Just to make it more comfortable, I guess. Nothing wrong with that. I also kind of low-key wanted to do like cosplay of just about every adventurer, or hopefully get a group of people together to do that. But we all know the designer video takes the cake. I'm just gonna keep the phone here. I also have to be sure in case somebody calls. But Sweden, if you have anything going on, if there are any problems that you are facing, I'm trying my best to keep things light and positive here. If that's not enough for you, please call a professional. Please call somebody with more authority than I can give you, or than most of us can give us. Again, this is important. I want to acknowledge it, but I don't want to dwell on it. As I want to be sure that it's resolved at whatever cost. The first brick has already been laid, but I'm going to say the first brick has been laid. Unfortunately, we're not going to have this up close because I'm... yeah. Let's see. The first step is done. I'll give it that. Oh, holy moly. I'm surprised I put the tiles in front of that, though. Because it's a little hard to see from this angle. That? 4? Yeah, okay. Wait. 3. There we go. Bro, if I could do a time lapse of this, that would be the best. But right now, other than my phone, I do have an iPod, and I could use that for time lapsing, but it's full right now. It's like I don't have that ready to go for the stream. I thought it was going to be a little while longer. You can trust by gonna mod. See, I did have mods, but I didn't see any right now in the chat. Otherwise, I would have had that taken care of. I updated mods a while ago, and unfortunately, they're not here every time in the stream. So if I have the references sold me absolutely. The reference when I first saw the haunted house, I was like, okay, cool to have a revamp of this model, but you know, I already had the Monster Fighters one, and I thought that was pretty good. And at least from the image that I saw, it was a little blurry, but it was something that I was like, well, maybe it's got something on its own. I looked at the inside of it, and again, because it was hard to see everything clearly, like I couldn't zoom in on it on Instagram, I didn't know what to make of it, but all I knew was that there weren't any proper floors, and that kind of deterred me. I didn't realize it was an amusement park set right away. Then when I saw better photos, we've got our boy. And I see the ship in a bottle right above me, too. So what was I going to say? When I was able to see more photos of it from different angles and up close and things, I was like, oh, there are a bunch of like references in here. That's really cool. And it also started to click that it was an amusement park ride because of the center tower of it. But the thing that definitely sold me on it was, I mean, like, by that, yeah, I really do like it, but it's like, I don't know if I would get it right away. You know, it'd be cool to get someday. And then I saw the designer video, and I was like, day one, bar none. Unfortunately, in that video that I reacted to it, I covered the mic with a piece of tape. When I was trying to wrap the tape around the rest of it, I accidentally covered that as well. So it's hard to hear, but I like my voice peaks at the beginning of the video, where I'm just like the biggest smile on my face of Carl Miriam dressed as Baron von Barron, and I'm like, he's dressed up like the Baron, or something like that, and that lit me up so fast. And I know that designer videos often have theming to it, but I haven't seen theming to that extent. Like, yeah, the background, of course, they'll have a bunch of references here and there of sets or, other designer things. But they went all out with everybody's gear, with that slow-mo shot of, like, 4 of the 5 designers. I don't know why there wasn't a 5th, but 4 of the designers all, like, getting their gear ready. It was, like, magic. It was incredible. Enjoy the build. Such a desirable model. Absolutely. I'm definitely going to enjoy this. What's your favorite late 90s, early 2000s theme? Can you take a guess? So yeah, hiding underneath the table is actually the Dragon Fortress, which I built not too long ago on live stream. I have no idea where to put this now. Because the spot it was in was just fitting under the table. And I'm trying not to break this. Also because I'm trying not to break the base plate, but still. I do not have every adventurer set. One day I will, though. Pharaoh's, what's it called? Pharaoh's Forbidden Ruins. I'm on to you next. You're coming down the line. Eurovision. I've heard of it. I don't know what it is. I live in the U.S., so it's not a thing I could get. Talus, welcome to the stream. And yeah, I've seen you before. How's it going? Brian is the best. Yep, from the Lego Racers theme. Lego Racers stream. Brian is the best racer. Absolutely. I cannot wait to best him in Lego Racers the next time we meet up in person. So, because he was, if you remember that stream, me and several other people were giving him the hints that helped him succeed. I mean, granted, you will still get better over time. That's no problem. And I'm definitely drumming this up. No, he's a good guy. I'm, great friend of mine. Always fun to see him on stream or in person, and we'll have a lot of fun. That is not a lie, though, about how we talked about Mario Kart Double Dash. I'm trying to remember if it was that. No, it was on Kevin's stream. Because Philly Brickfest 2019, Brian and I had a hotel room shared and separate beds. And we were kind of tossing the idea back and forth about playing games while there or for recording purposes, like if I wanted to be a special guest on one of his videos or something like that. And I'd still like to be, even if that didn't work out, because everything happens at a convention. So downtime doesn't always happen. So what happened was oh, this is the piano area. I'm totally getting it wrong. It's not a piano, though. So when we were... so that didn't happen. We were going to play Mario Kart Double Dash, and never intersected, except for on the convention floor. So then we had Brick Fair, Virginia, again. Both had a shared room, and we were going to try something like that again. I swear, my jaw dropped. Because I got there before him, and like a couple. It was either like a couple hours or a day or so later that he was arriving. Like he already told me in advance. Like, okay, fine, no problem, safe trip. But my jaw dropped when he brought his stuff to the room. He had the Rolls Royce of like his entire studio in a suitcase, in 2 or 3 suitcases, and a whole hard drive desktop thing. There are no words for it. And I was happy to help him setting everything up and whatever. But he had a whole operation going. Like, if he had to live in that hotel room, he could do it and still keep his YouTube channel running. That was amazing. And with that, again, we never intersected except for on the floor of the convention to play games together. It will happen, though. And I love it. I definitely will have a great time with it. Whether it's Lego Racers, Mario Kart Double Dash, or anything else. When it comes to video games, I've come to the conclusion over time that racing games are oddly my favorite, even though that's my genre. Like, I will explore a lot of racing games. I will play them nonstop. I will always have fun with them, even if they're, depending on the controls and the aesthetic, but for the most part, still going to enjoy them, all in all. But with that, like, I still have platformers. I still play other games. I just don't play them as well or as often as racing games go. Racing games always get me. I love it. Or games with racing mini games in them. I love every Mario Kart except for Super Mario Kart. I remember playing it back when the Wii was relevant and there was a virtual console. And I was like, okay, I'll just throw a couple hundred points in there, see how this is. And it was, first of all, it's being the first one that I never grew up with. And it felt like such a downgrade from what I've already known. I played Mario Kart 64 as my first, and then pretty much everything after that, except for like any of the handheld ones, like Super Circuit or DS. So, yeah. You feel like you're just going to no clip to the finish. Oh, man, if I could, that would be amazing. But hey, I didn't tell him all the secrets. I didn't tell him. First of all, he kept saying on some occasions, did you mislead me or did you tell me about that? And I was like, no, I haven't spoken in the chat that much at that point. But there were a couple other things I was like, okay, I'm not going to tell him every shortcut because now he'll get an advantage over me if we do race. So that and other people are doing it anyways. They were filling in those shoes, so it's fine. Wait, that went on there? I'm only 10 steps in, and yeah, it's gonna be a long build. It's gonna be an awesome build, but it's gonna be a long build. Depending on the experience, this could be ranked way up there as far as favorite Lego sets of all time. But we shall see. We don't want to jinx it. We already got a curse on us already. Because I have dumb luck sometimes. Time check. 3:19. Wait. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're good. I did make Brian's car. All through the stream. After he mentioned, hey, imagine having this car in real life or something to that effect. I was like, I'm on it. I went back in the stream. I took a couple screenshots from different angles. I opened up Lego Studio. I opened up Lego Racers on the N64. I have all four. Four? Do I have the Game Boy one? I don't remember. I have all the console editions, PC, PlayStation, and N64. And I rebuilt the car in there, so I get a better view of it than on my phone, having a screenshot where it was kind of blurry because it was a hilarious setup. Okay, good. That does go there. And then I built it in Lego Studio, and I have the parts list so I can build it for real. So I didn't build a physical copy yet, but I have a digital one. That's what I uploaded to Twitter. Brian reshared it. Beyond the Brick reshared it. I love it. It was great. Okay, so now I have to do the inaugural killing of Tiago Catarino. It's not a haunted house build without it. I mean, killing him twice, basically, but it is like the headstone, which is the true sign. The other one being the organ of Catarino. And boom! There he is. I'm just going to attack him. Is inaugural the right word? It feels like it. The inaugural burying of Tiago Catarino. Bam. There we go. Also, I gotta... Yeah, that's definitely going in. Save to collection. Perfect. Back to the stream and all that. Is it mostly arcade racers or just normal racing? I go with both. I've played ones at the arcades and have a lot of fun with it, the same as the console version. Mario Kart Arcade is one that I rarely touch upon, but when I get the chance, it's amazing. I used to be able to play it at Chuck E. Cheese when eligible, and I've also played it at Dave & Buster's. I usually play it like Pac-Man or something, because it's like, well, playing as a Mario character is kind of boring, and you can already do that in the Mario games. It's a Namco-developed game, so why not play as one of the Namco characters, like Pac-Man, which already, yesterday, I think, celebrated his 40th year. Originally released in 1980. And I didn't do a video about it. I've had a Pac-Man video sitting for the longest time, and I've had all the footage, and I just need to do the script and put it all together. What do you get? Eventually, it'll happen. Yeah, okay. Oh, that one goes up too. You and Brian should play Lego Island. Absolutely. Dude, I will play the entire trilogy with Brian on live stream. Lego Island 2 is only like 2 hours long, roughly, if you know what you're doing, and you don't have to keep going back and forth through it. Also depends on the version. Definitely 2 hours minimum. Yeah, definitely 2 hours if you're playing on PlayStation. Definitely longer than that if you're playing on the PC because of the beloved fishing game. Fishing games are my kryptonite when it comes to video games. And what really confuses me, I've never played it, but I've always wondered about it. Why does Sega keep re-advertising and repackaging Sega Bass Fishing like it's one of its greatest titles, especially from the Dreamcast era? One of its greatest titles ever. And yet, at that same time, had terrible fishing minigames elsewhere, especially Sonic Adventure. That's Sonic Adventure, big offender. Lego Island 2, just as much. But probably not as almost as much. I'd say Sonic Adventure probably worse. Because it takes forever to catch the right fish. It's not even a fish you're catching in that one. You catch a frog. Oh my gosh. I will never enjoy that game. Not the entire Sonic Adventure, just the mini game of fishing in Sonic Adventure. It's brutal. Oops, I got the tile. Wait, what? Huh. That puts it close? Oh. I put the inaugural burying of Tiago Catarino was too... It was a stud off. I should have bought this set. Oof. Oh well. I mean, it'll still restock at some point. I just don't know when. Even the Pirates of the Barracuda Bay. Pirates of the. I was saying Pirates of the Caribbean and Pirates of Barracuda. I don't even know what the whole name is. Barracuda Bay. I know that one's out of stock as well, and I think some people have said another one that came out this year still hasn't been restocked. The Barracuda Bay one I could totally wait on. I love it, and I've definitely seen people build it and review it, but I could wait on it. Bag 1 done. The lovely graveyard. Tiago bringing us into the haunted house. I mean, like Gran Turismo realistic racing. Oh, realistic racing games are probably one that's not as much, but still every once in a while. I used to grow up with a bunch of them on the N64. NASCAR Heat is one I got back into, actually. I used to play it on the PC, and then I would play Xbox and PlayStation versions of it. The Brick Whiz, Matt, welcome to the stream. I'm so excited. We're on bag 2 now, because I'm a slow builder, apparently. Bag 3 on standby. I hope it's just one bag, too, because I don't remember. John's Bricks, welcome to the stream and popping in for even the slightest of moments. Crinkle away! It went like nowhere. It just gently floated down. It didn't even... comedy. I can't make this stuff up, even if I tried. Okie dokie. But yeah, they'll definitely restock this set sometime later. And I was definitely in love with it. I was like, okay, it's a good idea to actually wait on the button, on the dial, right as it crossed into the release day. Like after midnight or whatever. Like, it's there. And then people were looking for a while, and it wasn't until like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning here that it was available for purchase for VIP members. I was like, did something go wrong with the VIP thing? Did I not sign in? I checked it over. It's all good now. All right. Did you see the videos I linked on your Discord? I saw, I think I've seen them in the past. I've seen one of them before. But, yeah, I replied about that. I thought I did. I said, like, I'm going to have a collection like that one day. So, yes, I do have a Discord. It's very chill. Very chill Discord. Which I am, that's the best kind of Discord I could ask for. All right, I'm trying to line it up so I don't get it wrong. Knowing me, I'll probably have it off a little bit. We can't have that here. Actually, I'm just gonna put this on the side too. But yeah, I've definitely seen people who have like shelves and shelves full of adventurer stuff, and I'm like, how did you do this? I've seen stuff only posted in photo, not even in video, or rarely in video, of adventurers display cases, like retail display cases. Like, wow, that's pretty cool for me. Some adventurers products here and there rarely get shown online. I mentioned one of them before. That was the puzzle that I showed last week on the channel. That apparently I wasn't making it up when I said it was rare. I knew that it wasn't databased, and I knew there weren't a lot of listings online for it. But I also consulted with someone, and they said, yeah, that thing sealed goes for like hundreds of dollars. And I'm like, wow, this really does count as rare. Like all the way around. I was wowed by that. Wait. Okay. Oh, it's part of the elevator. Oh, yeah, okay. I love getting these moments, these aha moments before I even built it. It's like, just by reading this, and this makes sense. every once in a while, I'll skim through online digital instructions for even a Lego set that I don't have, just to learn what techniques are there, or see how a play feature works, or how the space is. And it's really fun. You know, it's a free thing to do, first of all, and second of all, you can still gather a lot from it. If you're savvy enough building, you can understand it by pictures too. Wait. Oh, okay, I got it. I thought it was off a stud again. That was bound to happen. Check out the second video I sent you. It has the adventure. Right. You're right, it did. Ace Brickman, welcome to the stream. I'm really fighting the urge to build a hill for this to sit. I know, right? This definitely looks like it needs like a higher perch. As tall as it is, it needs a higher perch. I'm gonna have to figure out when this thing is done how that's gonna go. I know the Brickhead family already got a head start on it yesterday. I think Heather's Bricks was starting to build it. A bunch of people got it yesterday, which is good. And definitely has changed from place to place, like delivery-wise. And what I was thinking was, like, I don't know if I'm going to put this on something right now, but I totally get if people do. Brickhead Family, what they're doing right now is they're placing it on a Mills plate, which is a very common, very popular right now AFOL technique to increase the land so it's not as flat like a base plate. And that way you get a whole bunch more. Yeah, I had this piece missing for a while. Don't talk about it. You have this built in a way where you get to connect all of them together, and you could create a little bit more depth with it, especially for like a city street. You can have curbs a lot easier than trying to build everything flat and then upraising it. Or it's like the same but opposite. I don't know. I've seen Mills plates before. I've built them before for helping with other people's mocks and collaborations. But I currently don't have any mocks that sit on a Mills plate. I wouldn't consider them mocks because the Mills plates that I currently have still assembled, I've only been for collaboration. They're not built for my own purpose or for my own creation necessarily. I said my own creation. Somebody note that. Yeah, it's kind of good. It's kind of going to be hard to watch the stream. It's going to be hard to build on the stream, engage with the chat, and watch the video at the same time. But I'm up to the challenge of multitasking, so let's see. Let's see how it goes. Was it here? Right. Okay. Second video. I got just enough room. Lego store in my room. Yep, that's the video. Adventure in Egypt. I know I've seen one of these before. I forget which one exactly. Yes, that's it. That's the one with the display case. I love it. It's incredible. And I haven't actually done a separate video that I can recall on the AquaZone display case. That one is a rare one. Hasn't really shown up again video-wise, photo-wise. I've done like clips of it before, but yeah, it's at some point gonna need a. Oh, the box. Oh, the box with the flap. Yes, this is amazing to watch because I don't have the box for either of these sets. Any of the sets right now sitting in front of me here, I don't have those. And I would love to get them at some point, but wow, yeah. You know, it has a different price tag on it, but I could totally see it like the KB Toys price tag when I was younger on something like that. Here's one that I don't know about, and I've been trying to look for it every once in a while, but I still haven't found a clear source on it. Jungle Surprise and Johnny Thunder, very small Lego box sets, basically the size of a poly bag, but they're in a box. I call them a poly box for fun. They were released in a special pack that I only found at KB Toys, and I picked this pack up when I was younger, when it was available. Oh, the lights! That's so cool. So that pack Had those 2 sets and a copy of Lego Rock Raiders with the jewel case. It didn't have the full big box version. I have never seen that bundle in photo or video form anywhere online. And I have no idea. I'm pretty sure I'm not crazy and made it up because I still own those things. I have proof of the instructions and pieces and everything. Yes, I missed out on that. Pharaoh's Forbidden Ruins. I was hovering over it for a while, and then it just got snapped up. I'll get it someday. That one, a bunch of the Adventurers theme sets, especially the big like flagship models, are on my list for the most wanted Lego sets, most wanted retro Lego sets. There we go. So knock them down a little bit at a time. Dragon Fortress was a big one. Amazon Ancient Ruins was actually harder than Dragon Fortress because Dragon Fortress, it's not 100% rare. I've seen several listings at a time for it online, especially through eBay. It's just a hefty price because usually, like on average, because it's a beautiful set. It's got a golden dragon, which by itself costs $50, like outside of the set. But with that, they still got more. No, I gotta read the chat. Adakin07, and welcome to the stream. So what was I saying? Perfect. The Amazon Ancient Ruins was harder to find because most people didn't keep that set together. And very few listings even had it online, even partially complete. So luckily, the copy that I've picked up is 100% complete. I looked over all the pictures and all the instructions, that everything I could get from the seller to be sure that it's all there. And if there's something missing, I will certainly let them know. They will know. And I'm so happy that, because that and River Expedition are really like the crux of the jungle theme. They came right after the Egyptian wave, by the way. Sea Bricks, yep, still here. It came after the jungle wave came after the Egyptian wave, Egyptian was a very packed wave. You had some big kahunga sets going on. Really good set pieces on their own. And then jungle kind of like shied away from a lot of stuff. It didn't have as many promo poly boxes. It didn't have a bunch of the Adventurers Egypt sets. They would like re-release in like, oh, here's this one set, but this one has a mummy with it. Oh, this one is bundled with another set. You know, that kind of stuff. They didn't do that as much, but even for a standard wave, they didn't do a lot with it in general. There were like 3 polybag size sets, one around $10 or so as a shrine, and then the River Expedition and a pontoon plane. I do have the pontoon plane, but I have to check if it's complete. I got that a while ago, almost for nothing actually. It was in a big lot of stuff, and it was like a freebie. Like, oh, cool, that's here. But yeah, and they had the River Expedition was definitely like second tier flagship, and then the Amazon Ancient Ruins, and not much else. Like I said, I named most of them, and that's kind of weird. Like they just like Adventurers. I know it possibly has to do with Lego's stand at that point. Like, can we design a lot of sets for them? You know, this next year? Kind of a shame, though, because the Jungle Wave from Lego City, great low-key successor. That's definitely something that you could, like, integrate with Johnny Thunder and the rest of the gang, and they would work perfectly. Then they had Dino Island, a year or two after that. And it was cool. It was good for what it is. But the thing about it was, how did that happen? It is basically at that point, if it wasn't ripping off Indiana Jones already, then it was now ripping off Jurassic Park. With, you know, some people have said that over time, and I'm personally okay with it. I'm just like, but they made it their own thing. They didn't make the character exactly like Indiana Jones, or the villains exactly like it. Or, you know, it's Egypt. You're basically going to have the same, you know, models, sphinxes, tombs. That's all still going to be there. But I don't know how to say it for when they crossed it over to Dino Island. I feel like by that point, it's like, okay, you have a character whose literal goal is to trap animals into a zoo-like environment. Pretty much Jurassic Park. You just don't have a John Hammond character. Unless you want to count Dr. Kilroy or something. That's another thing I found funny was when Lego did acquire the license for Jurassic Park sets, when they made them in studios before Jurassic World. They had Jurassic Park 3 sets, 2 of them. I own both of them because it had Johnny Thunder. Why not? But no, I really did like them on just dinosaur premise alone, not even related to the movies. I haven't watched Jurassic Park 3 ever. I've only watched I only watched the first one right before Jurassic World came out. And then Jurassic World, and then nothing else, unless you count, what's it called? The Indominus something. The Indominus Escape from Lego Jurassic World. So, yeah. I've been dissuaded from the other movies. I've been told, hey, these aren't really that good, or Jurassic Park 3 is not the best in the line, or whatever. Like, all right, suit you. I'll take your word for it. Do you make any mocks? Yes, absolutely. I actually have one sitting right here. There's a little tuft of yellow hair. And I will be making more mock videos. I am sorely behind on that. I've actually wanted to do it a while ago, but then this whole adventure thing happened, and I'm focusing on that right now. I've got Bart Simpson bust. I've actually got a whole case, a whole Tupperware behind me of Lego mocks. I've shown them on the channel before. There's even a playlist for them if you want to check them out. I've updated some of the mocks over time. Bart Simpson doesn't have a video yet, but he is long overdue and should have a video, and I will try to be thorough and not take forever on it. What else? I have one based on adventurers that I actually just posted on Instagram, like building it physically. I did a live stream a while ago on, I think, Twitch. It's either here or Twitch that I built the set, or built the mock. And then I was able to, you know, maybe save that footage. I could use that for the video sometime later. Basically, I built a miniature version of this adventurer set. Expedition Balloon. Yeah, I have it all right here, apparently. If only I had every adventurer set that I owned built here. That would be the greatest. Orient Expedition, there's a whole bunch of them that have fallen to time, and I still have the pieces, but I do not have them assembled or even in the, like, bag together. The closest that I have for that is, I think, the Emperor ship from the China Wave with the giant Dragon Fortress I showed before. But that's only half built right now, of going back to rebuild it. So we'll get there eventually. Let's see. Got this piece, and this piece, and these pieces. Bag number 2. Dunzo. Click. just all together. So it looks like, base-wise, this is standing on a 32 by 32 base plate, which is perfect. It's great. Easy for anyone to use, and probably something that they engineered. Like, let's try within this parameter. Some people, I've seen some reviews where they say this should have been wider because it's so tall. Like, scale-wise, it doesn't feel right. I understand for story purposes if it's not like that. Oh, I forgot 2 pieces. Whoopsies. I'm going to go back for that before I move on. I understand that if, for story-wise, like, it's a ridiculously tall tower, it's for an amusement park, so that scaling is totally fine. And it's a haunted house. Like, oftentimes haunted houses in media are depicted as abnormally shaped or, you know, somehow askew. So that's fine by me. Anakin Skywalker, the Anakin Skywalker, has joined the stream. Welcome, my friend. Lego hidden inside 9 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I definitely do. The old Void Jackson. You're not late at all. I'm still building it. You're right on time. The only time it'd be late is after the live stream has ended and it was published as a full video. But as you can see, there's still a live chat. Still a big red live thing somewhere on the screen. There's a somewhere over here. There it is. There's the duck. Back three. 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 And speaking of 3, it's 3:45 p.m. where I'm standing. Scooby's walking around. Just doing his usual. Walking around the house routine. No problem. I actually did not realize this before, but Tiago pointed this out on his video about some of the Easter eggs of the haunted house. The ticket piece. Oh, so it is. The ticket piece, the tile printed, has a number 0937. And if you flip that upside down, it looks like the letters LEGO for Lego. That's really clever. I think that actually has existed for a while. It's not brand new to this set itself, and I don't think he really mentioned that it was supposed to be brand new for this set. Because I've definitely seen the ticket tile before since the Creator Expert roller coaster. Surprisingly, I don't have that. Not yet. That would be amazing if I could pick that up. So we have one of the twins. One of the spooky twins. With a head missing. That's not good. Wait. Oh. It's another little bag 3. Okay, good. I was like, oh, I just opened this on the table and... Dude, I don't even know what would happen if I got to a point in building this and there was a piece missing. Other than stopping the stream, of course. Because it's like, I can't build beyond that. I should have mentioned it before. I also realized there's a lot of reddish brown plates in here. Actually, no, a lot of dark brown. I don't know if there's more reddish brown plates later. Hope they last. Reddish brown plates, unfortunately, has been a topic for many people where it's like, yeah, we all notice that they keep breaking. Even if they've been used numerous times, old ones, new ones, reddish brown plates, it always comes back to that no matter what size they are. Not bricks, plates. Like there's something that I'm sure they're working on that they're gonna fix about that. And maybe that's why in here they went to dark brown. But hey, I'm okay with dark brown. I could always use more dark brown and olive green. Those are 2 colors that I always it's always in the back of my mind for like what would be cool built in this color, like whatever the case may be. But then I'm like, oh yeah, those exist. Those are awesome when I see it in something. Legends of Shima had an enormous amount of olive green. And if I miss anything from the theme, it's that availability, that abundance is great. It's still around, though, clearly. But it's been taking a back burner to sand green for many LEGO sets. Venom Bricks, welcome to the stream, man. How are we doing today? Oops. You didn't see that. And you really can't see that because this is in the way. Oops. Let's see. Just gonna, there we go. If you're curious, phone charger, and I gotta fix that. I was gonna do a video. I haven't published it yet, whether or not it's gonna be an exclusive. But I was gonna do a video about Lego ice cube trays, and I thought, hey, what if I put food coloring in them to make it look more like a real Lego brick instead of it just being a crystal version of one. So then I added 5 drops of food coloring per slot in the ice cube tray. a little bit more than necessary. And sure enough, the ice cubes did turn that color. Maybe not all the way through, but still enough that you could tell. And when I took them out, even if I had a napkin, bled through that onto the table. Yeah, not the greatest, but there it is. For the most part, I've tried to cover it up or flip over the surface, because this is just poster board on top of a table. It's not the tabletop itself. Shima's fire, and Joey knows it. I mean, look, I did like it I liked it somewhat at the time, but I didn't fully invest in it. And then I read more about it later, like after it discontinued. Nick on Planet Ripple was definitely a big help, showing it was actually pretty good and had a lot going for it story-wise. The most I got into it were the Speedors, because that was just reasonably priced at the time for me. And maybe like a few of the other sets. I definitely remember getting the Eagle Interceptor for like $1. It was down to 98 cents at a Toys R Us. And I was like, wow, did not expect that. Oops. I missed a piece, but I can still add that right in there. Wow, those robots really do show up pretty well on the stream. What's the most theme? What theme has the most hate? I'm not sure. I think now Galador has made kind of a resurgence in a way where more people actually embrace it, or people coming out of the woodwork showing they embrace it. Snap kind of just gets forgotten. It's not really hated. But if you bring it up with people and you show them what it's like, and it's like, oh, that's not good, man. That's weird. But it's not a thing that commonly Lego fans will think of. They think of like their least favorite themes ever. It's just kind of, it's almost obscure. I had to fix a piece in the haunted lighthouse before it fell off. Wait, what? Oh, I used the wrong piece there. Oh. I should have been timing this, figuring out how long this is going to take. I did get the Mammoth set for $25 on clearance. That's good. I did like the Mammoth set. I've seen a bunch of Chima sets in person. Shortly after it got discontinued. I used to know somebody that basically collected the entire line. And I got to see them all lined up next to each other in person. So I do give some props on a bunch of those, except for the fact that I haven't built them. Like, appearance-wise, they're good. Play functions, I don't remember trying a lot of the play functions. So I can't speak on that. They have... Now, I don't know if these are supposed to be references or it's just, oh, we had these available, why not? The control center for the ride is made out of 2x2 slopes. Oh, where is this? Yeah, it's supposed to be 2. Oh, it was underneath the piece. The control center is supposed to be made out of 2x2 slopes, which had an old design that was used in Classic Space. And they brought it back recently for a 20th anniversary promo with Lego Star Wars Boost. That's here. They have 2 of them. But they also have in here one of the old computer tiles, 1x2 computer tiles with a whole bunch of yellow, black, and red squares on them. Are either of these things supposed to be references? I have no idea. But I do like that there's just some control scheme that feels fresh now, you know? It's old, but it's new, because it hasn't been used in a while. What's the theme with the most likes? Probably Ninjago. Hidden Side is definitely popular now. Trying to think, what other things have people talked about? Creator expert, I guess. I mean, especially with 8 Falls when it comes to the modular aspect of creator expert. Brickheads, they're pretty popular. I'm only one guy, so I can't speak on behalf of everybody. I'm sure that there are plenty better ways of finding out all of that information. Wait. Yeah, that's kind of a just not disappointing. Difficult thing for dark brown. In the instructions, dark brown and black are enough that you can tell them apart. And dark bluish gray definitely got better over time. There was a period where LEGO instructions, they had all 3 of those colors be practically the same. And you could not tell them apart. But dark brown, you can't tell side by side that there are different pieces from each other. I was like, I don't have a 1x8 dark brown plate. And it turned out, first of all, it was 9 studs. Second of all, 1x6, 1x2, 1x1. You couldn't really see the lines in between them that well. You just gotta take your time with it, man. Take some time. Name of the game. Some pieces of Lego say click it's impossible to take off that piece. You mean the click it's a line? Again, kind of like Snap, it happened, and not many people remember it, even to the point of hating it. But if you did bring it up with someone, that there was a girl demographic line of Lego accessories that used basically no studs and had their own system of interlocking things for hair pieces, for wristbands, for photo frames. You definitely have people say, yeah, that doesn't sound good. Dots is definitely an improvement on that. It's the same idea, but in stud form, and it's great. I have only one of the dot sets right now. 2, if you count the gift with purchase polybag. And it's way better. I do like that. It's like Lego is trying a lot of stuff that they did almost 2 decades ago, but better now. So I do appreciate that. I should have set a timer on here. And I had to keep looking over and making sure I got enough time to do this. I'm also thirsty. Would, if I could, invite someone for the stream. But I'm kind of far away. I'd have to get up again and set that up to invite a guest. Oh, starting to get the technical stuff. Because this is a piece I don't recognize. That's how I know it's Technic. Like, I have never seen that piece before. I think I've seen this piece before, but I'm not too familiar with it. And I put it in the wrong spot. Cool. What themes are the most okay? Again, I think everyone's going to talk differently about this. And I can't speak on behalf of everyone. Ooh, it clicks in place there. That's what that piece is for. I thought it was just to make the rest of it longer. That was actually kind of cool. Never saw that before. I never even knew that existed. Those who don't know, that's my catchphrase. I don't say it often enough, though, but it is something that I've said over time. When I was very little, we're talking 9 or 10 years old or so, I got a Lego set for Christmas as a present that I had never seen before in the magazine, in the catalogs. Completely brand new thing to me. It probably was just coming out and there wasn't really a teaser, or a teaser didn't really show much for it, or something like that. It was either that or it was a picker cup from Lego store that I've up to that point, I hadn't been to a Lego store or don't recall getting a pick-a-brick cup. But I do remember getting one for Christmas. One of the two things. I forget which one it was. And I think if it was the other thing, it might have been a Racer's Tiny Turbo car. But I'm not 100% on that. I'm sure there's footage. My parents used to record a lot of photo and video. So that was a thing that I said as response when I opened it up. I never even knew that existed. And think about it. This is a very inquisitive 9-year-old or 10-year-old, I forget which. Very inquisitive 9 to 10-year-old. Like, ingenious, remarkable. And that's where I am today. So it feels like now. Am I missing something? Oh, I missed an entire layer of bricks. Wow. Wow. One thing to miss one piece. I missed like 3 or 4. No, 2. I can't count. Yikes. Yeah, it's gonna be a long weekend. But a fun, enjoyable weekend with our buddy Manor von Barron. I assume Barron is the way to pronounce the last name, because I know that that's the joke. The first part of his name is Baron von Barron, you know? The last part with 2 R's. That was the joke. Oh, that's cool. I've never seen that in Pearl Gold. Genius! Remarkable. I should have brought the magnifying glass in here. I thought about that for like another Adventurers themed prop, but yeah, clearly I didn't go overboard yet. That would have been really funny. I've never seen a specimen like that. It wouldn't be in character of Johnny Thunder though. That's more Dr. Kilroy, or to some Charles Lightning. The puns are on purpose. I didn't make them up. That's actually from Lego. Oh, that's the gear system. Oh, man. I've never built a gearbox before. Oh, yeah. I've built Lego sets with gearboxes, but I wasn't the one building that part itself. It was so big of a set, like the Technic Bugatti or something, that we already had turns of people building the set, and I got to build the last part of it, which was definitely up my alley as a Technic builder. I am so bad with Technic. And that's something I'd like to do, and I think you guys might have fun with this. I would like to do a special live stream, say like on the anniversary of my channel, each year going forward, where I build a Technic set. And I'm not going to say the biggest and baddest of Technic sets, but something that'll progressively get more difficult. So that way, you get to see that I get better at building with Technic. And it's like the one area of Lego that's currently available right now that I haven't really invested in, like, for a long time. Any Lego sets whatsoever. Looking at the sets every once in a while, but I'm still like, I know I can't build that. Oh, it's not a gearbox. It stays in that spot. Okay. It's the type of pieces that would be in a gearbox, though. Anywho, I think that might be a lot of fun. Because that's something that feels fresh and challenging. I think you'd find it entertaining to, how frustrated I might get a bit at it. Not saying that's the only way you're entertained, but I'm just saying, like, you could add it to it. Could be good. I think it's a great idea, honestly. But again, I have to start somewhere small. My level of Technic building would be around the $10, $15 range, maybe $20 if we're pushing it. But I don't remember what $20 Technic set I've built in a long time. Many, many years ago, I remember building a snowmobile, and sometime around then, maybe even before that, I've built a motorbike. But those are pretty advanced from what I've built after that point. So I'm like, okay, let's start at square one and work our way up. Or, even more so than that, we do like 1 or 2 levels of it per stream. Because the first one, obviously, yeah, it's a small technique that's probably going to take no time at all. Start like a few levels in on it. Like if we're going to arrange this by prices, we're going to say like the 10, 15 range up to about 30 or something like that. So you get like a progression of it right off the bat. And then after that could be like the 40, 50 kind of stuff and beyond. Hopefully we get to the point of power functions. Not all in the same stream, like I'm saying, but, you know, over time on the channel, I think that might be a really fun idea. Is that Kevin? I see Kevin. It's Josh Mumbo. You know it. All right. And I don't know if it's coming through clearly, but my voice isn't coming through clearly. I mean, yeah, if Nexo Knights is okay, that's your thing. I liked Nexo Knights. There were definitely some good parts about it. I couldn't invest myself in the whole of it because I just thought by premise we didn't have castle for a while, and then we get a castle theme, and it's techie. It's like maybe you want to start from the ground up, so that way it's not as overbearing. And it's like, okay, we've had castle sets for a while, and you know, it's a nice twist now, as opposed to a large drought and then completely unfamiliar territory. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You get it. You guys are smart. I know you guys are smart. Oh, I wonder if something's supposed to go in there. Must be that on there. That could be tricky. I will say there are already a couple points in building this where they've probably needed to modify the instructions a little bit just to make it easier to fit them in place. But still, I've been working through this. Wait, what side is this? Oh, this. Wait, yes, good. All right, now we've got it. Now we got it oriented the right way. Got to put the hazard lights on. Beep, beep, beep. Wide load. The model. It's going to tear apart everything around me. Oh, come back, Spooky Twin. Even for what story that they create with this, that they embellish on, and then you know doing their own thing, I do like this set because it could still invite your own thing. Like with the Spooky Twins, they don't really specify all the details about them, but that's totally fun because you can make up your own stuff. You could do that from scratch, honestly. What we got, Zany? Ninjago was the beginning of the end. Oh. Everything that came afterwards were gimmicky with their tie-in shows. I hate it. To be fair, Ninjago didn't really start the trend like in any media. As I've said before, and I will continue to say, and I'll probably be saying for the longest time, to help prove the point, Ninjago is this generation's Bionicle. Because Bionicle, and in this context, because Bionicle did early on, I mean, it still took a bit more before Bionicle, but it was definitely the theme to push forward a lot more on all fronts of media. It had mini CDs included with the figures to learn more about the story and to experience the characters and get the animations. Didn't have a guaranteed bona fide like TV show, but that's a source of video and media. It had video games coming out the gate. One that got canceled and then later recreated. but still many others came from the first couple of years alone of Bionicle. That said, Ninjago kind of pushes itself further than that, because on top of having video games, on top of having a TV show and movie, it has like apps, because that's now a thing. That's something people can use and something that kids will use. Oops, I missed a layer. There. Now I didn't, because it was the next step, right? I could need that set Bionicle. It's called Venok and Fenrak, but sealed. Vizon and Fenrak. I know, there's a little typo there, but I totally understood what you were going for. It's a great set. I don't remember if I have it with the box, but I might. It's one of the Tupperwares. There's a whole bunch of Tupperwares that I have scattered around the house of Bionicle figures, like you wouldn't believe. And I still don't have them all. Some of them are duplicates because of just having parts available, making the combo models separate from the original ones, whatever the case may be. Or it's just cheaper, finding it that way. Yeah. So, yeah. Vizon and Fenrak, I don't know how rare it is finding it sealed, but it would be cool. Good luck to you if you can find it. Rather had a proper castle theme than the atrocious Nexo Knight. Yeah. Like I said, you don't have something for a while, you gotta ease people back into it. Like I was saying before with the Technic, I can't go onto the Bugatti from start to finish when the last Technic set that I built, the last Technic thing I built, not a Lego set, was the GBC Workshop kit from Brick Fair. Last official set, probably $10 or $15 set. One of the really small, like a small dump truck or something, a couple of years ago came out. And you could build it again into like a fire truck. Something like that. All right. Here we go. I think Ninjago started the kids' TV show era of Lego. Probably. I mean, yeah, like for everything having a TV adaptation, yes. Only a handful of stuff before that had anything remotely on TV. Lego Star Wars on once in a while, Indiana Jones once in a while. It would just be like an animated special that's viewing this time and date on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon and get to watch a Lego animation or something. Hero Factory, they had that for a little bit on TV, but it wasn't a bona fide TV show. It was just a handful, again, of specials, which equivalates to about a volume of DVD coverage. I should know, I have them on DVD. Edward and Friends being the first TV show, that was a long time before most of this stuff. But again, in an era where that wasn't the norm for Lego to make a TV show on something, and it wasn't broadcasted everywhere. It was only in European regions. But I've watched those episodes on YouTube, and they're fun. Shame that there's a few of them missing, though. That there are a few episodes from that TV show, basically once shown, never made it to home copy. They've made a few VHS tapes. I did a whole video. Some things I haven't done a whole video, though. I would love to at some point. All right, we're still good for time. Ninjago, Chima, Nexo Knight, Hidden Side, and Monkey Kid. I mean, yeah, part of it's the accessibility. It's like, okay, well, if we're gonna get the word out there, it's like other toys in general. Always have a TV show backing it. You could also put into that realm Mixels, Unikitty. Don't forget about those. I don't know if Mixels or Ninjago came first. It might have been Ninjago. But Mixels was shortly after that, too. I don't even know if it was... I don't think there's even like a home release, unless I'm wrong. I don't know of a home release of Mixels. Closest thing I can think of is a what's it called? Just the shorts on the website or on YouTube or something. Oh, it kind of blocks that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Going good. Gears. 2011 Ninjago was decent. Yeah. I do admit, I when I first got into Ninjago, I thought it was going to be a revival of Ninja, which was a short-lived castle theme with a couple of sets. You know, had samurais, had shoguns. It was very feudal Japan related, and I wasn't really learning or studying that, but it was still like, oh, isn't that a breath of fresh air? It was kind of cool. These, different parts. Later adapted in Ninjago Mai. Oh, now we're gonna connect them. Wait. I see. Oh, that's the elevator shaft. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, anyways, there was Ninja, and then there was nothing for a while, and then there was Ninjago, and I'm like, oh, this is probably bringing it back, but in like a different way, and it became more of its own thing, and I'm like, okay, cool, but maybe not for me. After 2013 or so, I was like, actually 2012. I feel like Ninjago had a great start and definitely got widely popular right away. But it kind of, I wouldn't say it slumped for me. I had a lot of interest with it sometime after that. Between 2012 2013, kind of, lost interest in it from all aspects. Sets, the TV show, all that stuff. But then I keep seeing over time that it's like, it's ninjas with pirates. It's ninjas. Like, when Ninjago goes to space, is that when they jump the shark? Like they didn't already? Because there's a graphic novel where it has it on the cover I've seen, that they go to space. I don't know if that was a real thing. I don't even know if there was an episode in the TV show about it. But it kind of makes me wonder now, like, are they going to go to space? When does that count as being too much? Here we go. So yeah, I don't know why this thing's even here, but they know technically more than I do. That's the one thing I can definitely say. Like, I always give advice when it comes to building a Lego set that study the instructions as you're building them so you'll actually get to learn something in the process. Technical features are one of those things I never learn or never really pick up on. It takes a while to be a part of it. Bag 3 is done. Numero 4 has begun. Thank you for the subscription, Sebastian. The 4K is getting closer. One day. You can literally make a YouTube channel plastered with Ninjago and kids will flock to it. I mean, not wrong. Remember, positive vibes, people. Can we get a vibe check in the chat? Kevin, you still here? Can we get a vibe check going? Sweden, I think you have something they need to work out. And if the stream is not helping with you, I'm sorry. But I think there's more we're going to have to do elsewhere. So please see someone, a parent, a guardian, a professional. And if you're having a lot of trouble, I may not be able to help you here, but there are plenty of resources out there who can. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. I enjoy it. I also enjoyed seeing you in the comments of other videos recently. So good luck with everything. Just trying to keep the vibe good. Like I said, it's a vibe check. Why does LEGO shy away from the wheelchair? If there were two big advancements for minifigures in one set, it was the People Pack, the first People Pack, where you had a Lego Baby minifigure. That's good right out the gate. You also had no, maybe that came later. Later they had a pack for holding him, like backpack wise, and a wheelchair. Both great ideas. Both great molds. I don't know how. Oh. Another tiny bag. How long am I streaming for? For the next 20 or so minutes. I got 20 minutes on the clock before I cut the stream. I don't imagine I'll be back later after work in order to continue tonight, but I will be streaming again tomorrow. That is for sure. LEGO Productions, welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you in a while. How's everything going? It's just me or LEGO keep. No, not really. I don't get that impression. I think they're starting to balance them out pretty well in the sets. So what I was saying, I don't know how expensive the wheelchair mold or even the wheels, everything involved with it, is to create, but it feels slighted. It feels like a while since we've had a wheelchair element in a LEGO set. Most of the time it's from City, that's totally fine. I think the last time may have been the hospital set, which came out in 2018, 2019. What year is it? What year is it? I've been low-key wondering that for like the past 3 years. What year is it? I've had the trouble of trying to determine when something happened because I forgot what year that was. Like chronologically, I know when it happened, but was it 2018 or 2019? Was it 2019 or 2020? It's weird. I hope I don't have a memory issue. Howie stuff. Well, I finished in 20 minutes. That's incredible. That is high pressure. Welcome, buddy. How you doing today? The wheelchair came out in 2017. That sounds right. No, what I'm trying to figure out is when the last time they used it in a LEGO set was. If somebody can pull up Bricklink, actually both could work. I just find Bricklink a little quicker. All right, I'm gonna move this over so no one can see what I'm building. Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of the way, and that's gonna be frustrating at some point. I'm like, I'm gonna have to spread this stuff out more to get closer. I'm gonna be close and personal. Yeah, I'm just gonna lay that here. Jeep's gonna wander into the elevator shaft. Cool. All right. The last time that they made a set with the wheelchair, I know Bricklink is gonna be the fastest way to find out, because you just look up wheelchair and then bring up the element and you find number of sets it's in, and it tells you the number or tells you the year next to the set. I think everybody knows how to use Bricklink. But yeah, and this is something I also like with this set. It has a wheelchair, but it also has wheelchair access, which is something that's built right now. It's very considerate. And I'm not saying every Lego City set or every Lego set ever needs to have wheelchair access. That's a lot of parts. That's a lot more to put in. Even from real world perspective, that's a lot to adapt to. I totally get it. But when you have a set like this makes sense. It's like, okay, this is already gonna be a wide open gateway, like door frame. Hey, 10 viewers. Awesome. I'm not gonna lie, you don't have 10 viewers often here. So every one of you is appreciated. But the fact that this is already a wide open space to enter kind of makes it easier to add that in. It's like, oh, slope, tile. Did you come up with Josh Mumbo? Is that a reference to something? I came up with it. I have poor penmanship. So every once in a while when I like write my name down, I used to do a lot more penmanship in school than I did, nowadays. A lot of times I'll write it like whatever the other word that not script is, just so it's clear. I can actually read it when I look back on it most of the time. So what I did was there was one time when I was using script to write my name, just write the whole name, Joseph Malusa. And when I read it back, I couldn't make out every letter. It was very crunched in areas. And to me, it read like Josh Mumbo. So I thought, that's a funny name. I should use that for something. And here we are. And the rest, they say, is history that just barely started. Are you going to review the set? Yes. Am I going to do a 1 minute review? I don't know. It's got a lot to it. That's the hard part about the larger sets. I haven't done enough larger sets in the 1 minute review style yet to figure out if that's going to happen, if that can work. Because I'd love to gush about the details in this thing, or Ninjago City, or Destiny's Bounty, or a number of sets. And if I redid reviews on some older ones, I would probably do that too. But I don't know. A lot of the 1 minute reviews, the benefit of them is the fact that people already know a lot about the sets, or there's not a lot of components to them. That's like you kind of look at it and you already understand it. So I can show a couple things here and there without having to explain every last feature. Something like this, I don't know. Maybe it needs like a seniority thing where it's like, okay, usually these are 1 minute, but I'll make an exception for you because you're special. They're all special. I like this railing idea. Simple, but it works. Boop. I just realized this whole time that obelisk has been tilted. I just looked on the stream, and I'm like, is the camera tilted sideways? Wait, the camera's the laptop. It should be made after canon, exactly. Kevin is going to write the book on the Maniac for Bricks canon. He's going to have the whole timeline. He's going to have every point where real life intersected with some character or some altered reality. He'll have the story Bible. That's the word I'm looking for. Exactly. I saw you write a comment. I didn't read it, but then I talked, and then I just read the comment now, and I love it. I'm going to write a book titled Bizarre Joey, and it's going to be the complete comprehensive guide to Maniac for Bricks. Timeline, history, references. Beautiful. I think I know what my autobiography is going to be called. Wait. Oh no, I messed up here. Oh, that was a 1x4, not a 1x3. Oh no. F in the chat. I don't know why, but okay then. Got that solved. And more plates and more tiles. Wait. First time I have to use a brick separator. Noted. Page 57. I swear I should have like a baby book, but for Lego sets. First time I used a brick separator building the haunted house. My child. Look, if Just Too Good can have a wife set, I can have a child set. I'm adopting this. Is that canon? It might be canon. Oh, 10 more minutes of this. And I haven't seen... Oh, now we got 8 viewers. I knew it. No matter what, there was going to be somebody that's like, all right, I'm out. Wheelchairs in 4 sets. Wow. Oh. Thank you, Howie, for looking that up. But yeah, I feel like it needs to be used a little bit more. Like, say it's in every yearly city set that has like over $120 price point or whatever. That would be cool. Like, yeah, it's a high tier, but it's still like, or if it's in the people. I'm not saying it should be in every people pack. That's a bit much. And there are definitely people packs where it would be kind of hard to use it, like the beach one. How are you gonna put a wheelchair on the beach? It's now that makes me sad for people who have to. Oh my gosh, that is sad. People who can't walk and need to use a wheelchair can't even go to the beach. If my legs ever give out, I'm getting something to still go on the beach. You can't keep me away from the beach. Or in this case, because of my getup, you can't keep me away from the desert. No, keep me away from the desert, please. I will take the beach any day. Every day, if possible. Of course, a forward written by 13 Arrow Times 62. Could there be a chapter just named I Don't Know? That's the real catchphrase of my content. I feel like if I was the late night host, Kevin is right off to the side as the wisecracking co-host, you know? Like I say something and then just goes a little bit more onto it. Like, yeah, that's true. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Olive green for days. I'm going to see so much olive green in the set, I'll forget what sand green is. I'm already looking at a sand green minifigure, and I'm like, wait, what? Something looks wrong. I hit everything with a spice weasel. What the hell is a spice weasel? What? What? Whoa. Whoa. What's a spice weasel? Futurama reference. Okay. It's gonna be a long weekend. Fruit punch. I basically made a fruit punch. Minute-rated fruit punch. That's canon. I've only watched a handful of Futurama episodes, and none of them mentioned a spice weasel. Time it. Put down somewhere. It's like, from what I'm saying on StreamYard, it's like 2:04, so it must have been like 2:03 or something like that. put it in, or just send me a message. I don't know. Just like, because this is one thing that I hope YouTube does get to do at some point with streams, is be able to make clips out of live streams. Like, directly take the live stream itself, pull part of it out, and be able to upload it separately as a video. Because that's something I really think they should do. Twitch has that capability. I would love to use it. I have yet to go into it, though. Oh my god, I'm gonna remember Spice Weasel all day long today. I will never forget Spice Weasel now. I think Kevin, I can't wait for your next Doodle stream. Even though we already had the cartoon stream, I'm waiting on the animal stream, and I know what to use. Woo! Boy, hit him with a Spice Weasel, bam. Okay, sure. I'll take your word for it. Hey, you're going through watching Twilight Zone. I should go through. Brian's going through watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm proud of him. Very, very proud of him. I think I owe it to myself to go into Futurama. Although I have already been like, okay, 2 or 3 people are watching Avatar: The Last Airbender right now, and I'm long overdue for rewatching it. All the DVDs are right there in that box. And also all the DVDs in the office. So, it's a win-win. Wow. I actually feel emotionally, whoa. Like this hit me at a whole nother level about the whole Spice Weasel reference. My day, I wouldn't say my disappointment. I can't say my disappointment is immeasurable, or my day is ruined. But I have no idea. I've definitely seen that before as a meme, where like somebody does something real quick, and the guy receiving it like has like this standing, like staring, 1,000-yard stare kind of pose, and it just clips between settings. That's me right now. That's what I'm going through, and I'm going to go through the rest of the day. I'm going to get someone. I'm going to like deliver pizza to someone's door, and I'm going to be like, "Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Spice Weasel?" No, our Lord and Savior Hypnotoad. That's the right one. I know that Futurama reference. I got that down. Time to get back to Twilight Zone. Took a break to watch the entire Tiger King documentary. What? I thought Tiger King was a fictional TV show. Okay. Just wow. Unreal content, Joey. CC. All right. No problem, Kevin. Thanks for joining. Thanks for throwing my day out the window. Kevin on Lego, welcome to the stream. I see you have your Avenger hat on today. It's also the shirt. The shirt's tying into the hat. They'll go together. I have a video I'll do with a mock, and I will bring back this outfit more often. So, yeah. Dude, I can't... Oh, my gosh. Well, if Kevin... Kevin definitely just made my day there. Completely changed everything I know now. But we got about 5 minutes. If that. Might have to actually cut it sooner than that. But hey, we're on what? Bag 4? 4. 4? 4? 1. 4, yes. We're deep into bag 4. So that's, hey, this is still getting pretty good progress. At least we're making the footprint of the building. So I can have it close up, and it'll be like, okay, so this is where we go from here. 4. Oh, I thought you left. Oh, wow. I love you guys. I haven't said it already. I love you guys, and I really appreciate you being here, having wonderful moments like this on the stream. Never mind all the kerfuffle that I had earlier about the numbered bags being in the wrong things. Like the white box that I opened at first didn't even have like all the bags to start building. It was all like the later builds. I was like, wow, okay. Moments like this are always appreciated. I love it. All right, I'm gonna throw another few pieces on here, and we'll move on. We'll go to bigger, greater things. I do know there are other live streams going on now. There were live streams going on before I started. Yeah, you missed kerfuffle. You also missed kerfuffle of me trying to unbox this set, and I had a tripod sitting behind this camera right now, recording that. I was trying to do that, but I think the camera gave out at some point, not because of the battery or anything, but because it was full, and it no longer recorded. So now I'm just going to have to splice this whole footage from this live stream into its separate unboxing video. I was hoping like I could do both at the same time, like, oh, I'll just record this and then it'll be saved and then I'll, you know, upload it separately in between these live streams. That's not how it works. Whatever spirit would like has been haunting this premise, and I'm not talking about the mansion. I'm talking about the residence, the Maniac Manor, not Manor von Barron, has struck again. And then I clumsily got around the table in order to bring the phone back over here. Oh, I also had a drink sitting off to the side, the one that's sitting behind me now. It was sitting on the other side of the room. I gotta go and get that, and I gotta go and get the phone. A lot of back and forth. I'm really channeling my inner Ernest without actually ever watching Ernest. I feel like I'm doing it right. From what I've heard about him, and from what I know of myself, I think I'm doing it. I think I'm exactly that. Maybe a little Mr. Bean. Maybe a little Charlie Chaplin. Just straight up clumsy, unregular thing behavior. Will we get closure on this build, or is the rest on your paid site? If you want to check out the next live stream, which will be continuing the next couple of bags, be sure to send any amount over $0.00 to paypal.me/maniac4bricks. I don't know. I did this shtick earlier, and none of you guys were here. That's making it even better. Just working off of that. Just like, oh, okay. But I'm kind of nervous leaving off on a bag, even if I'm coming back to it later and nobody else is going to be in this room. I'm like, these pieces are going to roll and they're going to get lost, and I'm going to take twice as long to build it. So I'm just going to get close to wrapping this up. Maybe I'll crowd the pieces together. Who knows? Now, that would be magical if I actually fit the two haunted houses next to each other. That would be a great idea, but it would also be a great setup if that worked. Okay, so we're finishing the bag. We're finishing bag 4, and we'll be fine. Yeah, we got time. Ernest P. Maluso. His middle name was P? P something? Yes, Joey. His middle name was one letter. I can't make this stuff up, guys. I derp myself. Put that on a t-shirt. On a now defunct merch store. Oops. I mean, really, like, I wasn't advertising it that much, and I didn't really make anything new from it. I didn't make new graphics on my own. So I felt, let's close it up. And I'm not that big. I'm not big. Let's be honest here. I kept shooting high without having a reason for it. And yep. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we fit the lanterns on here. Lanterns? Lanterns. I've heard somebody say lantern before. I'm like, no. That's not what we do here. We don't do it like that. I'm going to have the spooky twin hold the wheelchair in place, because like I said, it could wander off. And I'm going to move this close in and put 1 or 2 pieces. Oh, looks like 5 pieces down to secure it. Ernest's middle name is Power Tools, not kidding. Wow. Just wow. Okay then. All right then. If you say so. You're the Ernest encyclopedic. Encyclopedic? You're a walking Ernest encyclopedia, Kevin. So I'm gonna take your word for that. All right. So we're almost done with bag 4. And I'm going to head off and take care of delivering pizzas. There we have it all closed up, and that looks great already. There comes a time in every Lego build where you're like, wow, that looks good, before it's even done. Or like, oh, I get it. And this is it. This is the moment. I'm just like, wow. This actually looks really cool from the, like, just even before it's complete, just having like that breadth of it's kind of narrow actually, but just the fact that there are these little corridors and hallways and things you can walk through, it's all good. Not me. David Pagano is for sure. He's the master, but I am the apprentice. You guys are neck and neck. I wouldn't doubt it. So, thank you for watching this video, this live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to you guys later. I, again, can't make a promise that there will be another live stream today. Best case scenario there can be, but it would be very late. And only a couple hours then, too. Like 2 or 3 hours at best. And then, worst case scenario, we just continue tomorrow. Or I just wrap up this little bit and then continue tomorrow. See you later, Josh. I've always thought of myself as like Josh Peck from Drake and Josh as well. Like my brother and I were so close with each other in age, as much as Drake and Josh were. I would definitely be the Josh character. My brother was more the Drake character, and I'm not saying the womanizer part. I'm saying more of the guitar-playing, cool-looking dude, a bit older, a bit smarter. I'm not always that. Or if I am, I get nerdy about it, as Josh does. All right. Ow! Watch a 25-year-old man escape the clutches of the 4-foot table. Hashtag Josh Mumbo lives. Later, everybody. Beautiful. Oh, no! I have to press the button twice.